Hunger, nutrition are worse than before lockdown. PDS must be universalized. The effects of the lockdown and the resultant economic crisis continue to disproportionately impact the poor and informal sector workers. Since the lockdown, the Government of India has announced relief packages under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana and Atmanirbhar Bharat. However, numerous studies have shown their inadequacy. The Economist referred to India's lockdown as the stingiest. What is more worrying is that even the few measures such as free grains to those having ration cards as per the National Food Security Act are coming to an end this month. While there have been reports hinting at continuing the provision of free grains, it is yet to be announced. In this context, the Right to Food campaign in partnership with several civil society organizations initiated Hunger Watch, a rapid survey across 11 states from mid-September to mid-October. The objective was to assess the situation of hunger among vulnerable groups, as well as to take immediate local action to support those in extreme need. To this end, we focused on the conditions among marginalized communities such as Dalit, Adivasi households, daily wage workers, households with single women, aged or disabled, and so on. The survey was conducted through physical visits to the households by local researcher activists, and 41% of our sample reported having a monthly income of less than Rs 3,000 pre-lockdown, compared to only 2.4% more than Rs 15,000. 1/3 of them were daily wage workers. Although there is an improvement in the current situation compared to what it was during the peak of the lockdown in April-May, it is still much worse than it was before the lockdown in February-March. Widespread hunger continues even now. This was seen across the board, irrespective of the income levels. Not only did these households start off very poor, but they also faced precarious conditions, with 27% saying that income in the month before the survey. Out of those who didn't have any income in April to May, 87% continued to have no income. 1 in 3 respondents reported members having to skip meals sometimes or often. To cope with reduced income and food insecurity, people have reduced their food consumption and compromised on food quality. More than half the respondents said their current consumption of rice, wheat was less than what it was pre-lockdown. The situation was even worse in the case of dal. Almost 2/3 say their consumption of pulses reduced. Based on their 2011 National Sample Survey, a recent paper by Raghunathan, Hede and Hefforth published in the Food Policy showed that between 63 and 76% of rural Indians could not afford nutritious diets. Further, based on leaked consumption expenditure survey from 2017 to 18, Subramanian showed that consumption declined uniformly across the entire cross-section of rural India. Taken together, these studies suggest that affordability of nutritious diets might have worsened before the lockdown and got further exacerbated since. Indeed, the statistics from a survey comparing the food situation before lockdown and in October indicate about 71% of our respondents reported that the nutritional quality of food worsened. 2/3 of households reported that the quantity of food consumption either decreased somewhat or decreased a lot, and 73% reported that their consumption of green vegetables decreased. The contribution of a well-functioning public distribution system, along with cash support measures through social security pensions, cannot be overstated in this context. Among the Hunger Watch respondents, 70% had some kind of a ration card. Of those who had a ration card, 93% said that they received free rations at least once. While on the other hand, it is heartening to see that at such a time when all else seemed to fail, the PDS seems to have come to the rescue for many. It is also daunting to imagine what the situation would be if even this support is missing. The PDS gives only 5 kg of food grain per head each month at subsidized prices as part of COVID relief, an additional 5 kg for free and 1 kg pulses for the entire household. The demand for ration cards among those who didn't have one was also high. Although it has been over 6 months since the Supreme Court gave directions that school meals should continue even though schools are closed due to pandemic, less than half the Anganwadi children, 47%, and 63% of school children said that they were getting some sort of dry ration cash support in lieu of the meals. To get a cascade of knowledge, do like, share and subscribe to Social Curae. Don't forget to press the bell icon.